Jeez. Here we go. I know, you can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you!
The Detective Pikachu movie was heavily inspired by its video game predecessor, but in the process of making it to the big screen, plenty of details about Tim and Pikachu's adventure were changed, though I'd argue many of the changes made their story better for the movie. This list of differences and similarities was put together based on the most impactful changes to the characters in the story. As you may have deduced, this video is filled with spoilers for the Detective Pikachu movie and game, so proceed with caution. In the Detective Pikachu game, Mewtwo was never captured by a mysterious organization. Instead, a group of scientists came across Mewtwo cells that they confused for Mew cells when trying to create a miracle medicine. They instead created R, a drug that caused Pokemon to go berserk. Like in the movie, Mewtwo approaches Pikachu and Harry after they suffer a severe car crash. Unlike the movie, Mewtwo tasks Pikachu with recovering his stolen cells. It's here we assume Mewtwo somehow saves Harry. Mewtwo then watches Pikachu's adventure with Tim from afar, noting before the end of the game that some humans can be dependable, which is true. Their merging is only implied in the game and not completely confirmed. The game ends with Mewtwo presenting himself to Pikachu to receive the last of his stray cells, and he says something interesting to Pikachu.
Have you decided on which one to choose?
Pikachu's answer isn't revealed. Tim sees Mewtwo, who tells him his father is still alive and can find him eventually provided Tim doesn't give up. This cliffhanger leaves the game open to a sequel. In the game, the drug R was being used to create controversies with Pokemon so that at GNN, instead of CNM, a producer named Roger Clifford could grow the network, research R, and by selling R, gain power and money to seize control of the world, of course. He went so far as to kidnap a scientist and forced him to produce the drug in secret. There was never a plan to merge Pokemon and humans like there was in the movie. But, like the movie, R is a threat to a parade at the end, though the game had R hidden in various things around a larger carnival. The drug is never unleashed on Rhyme City, and Pikachu gets a quick battle with a Noivern instead of Mewtwo to defeat Roger. While Charizard got a big battle feature in the movie, Charizard was only seen on tape without a trainer in the Detective Pikachu game. Like in the movie, the game's version of Charizard is affected by R, but instead of being used to power up the Pokemon in battle, it's used to cause chaos at a theme park while Charizard was leading a parade. Charizard goes wild and is eventually taken away. The park shuts down, and the other Pokemon who worked in the park now live there in hiding, waiting for Charizard to return. It's quite tragic. The game heavily relied on Pikachu's ability to communicate with Pokemon to solve mysteries, but the movie seldom uses it. Tim is more helpful in solving cases too, since he's the player character. Him and Pikachu frequently have to collect testimonies, and along the way, they encounter all kinds of Pokemon in various environments. They go to all sorts of places to track down the source of R. In the game, Tim and Pikachu never make it to the original lab where R was invented like their movie counterparts. That lab was destroyed and rebuilt as a new facility where researchers could study how Pokemon work together with humans to better day-to-day life. Tim and Pikachu do find a secret room that remained from the old lab that harbored plenty of R research, but it still lacked the movie's dangerous Greninja and Gargantuan Torterra. However, a Torterra does appear in the Detective Pikachu prequel ebook. It was a kind, regular-sized Torterra, and a key part of the case Pikachu was solving for an Eevee in the game prequel story. It's super cute.
It has the best aroma, as well as pleasant acidity, along with the bitterness and—
Okay, maybe he was a little addicted to coffee, but he was more of an aficionado. There was even a feature in the game where you could talk to Pikachu and collect his coffee tips, among other things. It was surprisingly informative. The Hi-Hat Cafe was far more prominent in the Detective Pikachu game too. Pikachu and Tim often spent time here mulling over cases while Ludicolo brought them coffee made by her partner Pablo. It was nice to see that Ludicolo made a quick appearance in the movie. Lucy Stevens is an entirely original movie character. In the game, Lucy's role was split between two women who worked full-time at GNN. One was a camerawoman, Meiko Okamoto, and the other was Amelia Christie, a GNN reporter who is a little more similar to Lucy. These two worked together to cover the increasing number of Pokemon incidents in Rhyme City. Neither of them had Pokemon partners, but they did help Tim and Pikachu. The game and movie both have a sharp focus on Detective Pikachu, but the game sees Tim even more as a self-insert character, which makes sense. Tim arrives in Rhyme City with the intention of investigating what happened to his father, rather than coming to the city with the belief that Harry Goodman is already dead. The details of the rest of Tim's family are unknown in the game, and the specifics about Tim's relationship with Pokemon aren't really explored. The game version of Tim is more easygoing too. He's still the only human who can understand Pikachu though, and doesn't have a partner Pokemon of his own. These aren't all the differences between the game and movie, but they're the ones that made the most impact. If you haven't gotten around to playing the Detective Pikachu game, be sure to check out my review. For even more on the Detective Pikachu movie, be sure to see our fun PokéRap and the ending explained. And for all things Pokemon, keep it on IGN.